So we're going to start off with this towel here. We have a nice chest opener. We're just going to put it behind the back there. Open up that chest here. Of course, we're going to hold this one for a little bit just because it is a static movement. We're not moving at all. So if you ever need a break, go ahead. Feel free. You can let it back down and then re-engage when you need it. But we're just going to hold this position for some time here just to get us started here, just to open up that chest. So here we are. You're still holding. Like I said, if you ever need a break, just go ahead, take that break. Really try squeezing your shoulder blades together here at the same time. It's really going to help open up that chest. About 10 seconds here is what we're going to hold this stretch for. 2, 1. All right, that's it for the towel there. You can put that to the side here. We're going to go back in. We're going to start off with that dynamic 3-phase hip flexor hamstring stretch here just to get the blood flowing a little bit more. And we're going to start breaking it down, going in a little bit slower with those passive stretches here. But what I want us to start out in is this lunge position here, torso upright, pelvis neutral, just driving that hips forward a little bit, stretching that hip flexor there. Take that into that Spider-Man that we've been doing, bring it back into a hamstring, and we'll just repeat that. But we'll go a little quicker after this first round here. So then I'm going to have us drop down, Spider-Man, this pelvis, driving into the floor here. From there, we're going to tip it back, pelvis over that back leg here. Front leg extends as our hamstring stretch. We're going to do that 2 more times here, quicker each time here. A little bit more aggressive here as we're getting into it for these next 2 rounds. Okay, we're in that normal hip flexor stretch here. You don't ever want to be feeling pain, but that tension can be a little bit more. Just looking for that initial discomfort though. From here, we're going to drop into a Spider-Man, but once again, if it's starting to feel painful, obviously that's too far. Let's bring it back down. Like I said, we can be more aggressive than we would be with our passive stretches, but not too much. And drop it back, hamstring stretch. One more round for us here. Drop it down, pelvis into the ground. And bring it back. Go ahead, raise it up here. Staying in this side first here with the hip flexor stretch. We're going to slow it down here on this side, getting more into that long-term stretch here. If you need a little bit more, you can go ahead, twist into it, twisting into this front leg here. We'll be here for a little longer, so don't be as aggressive with these stretches. From there, I'm going to have a switch over. Other side now, we're going to do that same thing, 3 rounds of that hip flexor circuit, hamstring circuit, into that slower hip flexor stretch. So you're joining me here, torso upright, pelvis neutral, driving those hips forward here. Slower round 1, faster rounds 2 and 3. Again, we want to do these more dynamic just to get the blood flowing throughout the body. Warm us up, so that when we go into these passive stretches later on, our muscles are a little bit warm. They're a little more likely to give in for that elastic tendency. Right now, you guys can drop down with me, pelvis driving into the ground here, Spider-Man stretch. And bringing it back, hips over that back leg, front leg extends, hamstring stretch. Go ahead, bring it back up. 2 rounds again, faster this time, a little bit more aggressive. Again, avoiding pain, but you can go a little bit deeper into those stretches here for this dynamic portion. So we have this hip flexor stretch driving forward. Bring it down, Spider-Man. And drive it back, hamstring stretch. Raise it up, one more time through. Bring it down. And bring it back. From there, you're going to bring it back up. We're going to have that normal hip flexor stretch, just longer. Again, if you need that additional stretch component, if you want to get up into your higher up hip flexors, the psoas, you can go ahead, you can twist into it to that upper leg here. And again, we are holding this one a little bit longer, less aggressive here. Try and go for that tension over time, so small, gradual increases in that stretch. About 10 seconds here. 2, 1, you guys can relax. We're going to go down. We have that V stretch next here. So you join me down here. The legs spread apart, going down towards the middle. We'll have this stretch 2 times. So you can be a little bit more cautious here, just trying to warm up those adductors here, those inner thigh muscles as we're stretching down. Really just feel free. You can just completely let your body relax. If your head wants to drop down, that's okay. Hands are really just falling forward. It's your body, that upper torso, that's allowing this stretch to happen. As we're getting into these passive stretches, remember deep breaths from the diaphragm. Stomach is expanding, not the chest. That's really allowing your body to relax, telling your central nervous system you want to stay calm. That's going to help your muscles understand that they want to allow the stretch to happen, that they don't want to fight it. So you can go ahead, bring yourself in. One leg comes in front, other leg bends in at that 90-degree angle into the other leg. And we're going into that hamstring stretch here. We did a dynamic hamstring stretch with that circuit. Right now we want to take our time. Again, not something you need to grab to the toes for. Really just let yourself relax. From there, we can switch over. From there, we can come back up. We're going to spread those legs again. Do those stretches, all three of those, one more time here. We should be able to start off a little bit deeper than we began last time. And yes, as you start to feel your body relax after a few breaths, maybe 4-ish, 4 to 6, you can feel yourself just try to reach a little bit forward to continue gradually increasing that stretch. Slowly allow yourself to come back up. Going into that first hamstring stretch again. Again, avoiding that reach forward. We don't have to grab onto those toes. We can just let ourselves fall in. Go ahead, slowly come up, switch over. From there, you can go ahead, allow yourselves to come up. Well, from there, we're going to stretch our glutes here. You guys have probably done this many times before, either reaching over. You can either do that one, or you can join me just pulling in that leg here, stretching that glute. Relax there. Same thing, other side. Leg comes across. Again, if you want, you can twist over, or you can just pull that thigh or that knee in, hugging it in. From there, you can relax. Gonna end off today with, of course, my favorite stretch, that four-way neck stretch here. Great way, especially when the day is almost over here, to get that blood flow going back up to the brain. So from here, your shoulders are relaxed, hands either down by your side. Maybe you can sit in a chair, but it'd be easier, or just down in front. We're gonna start off chin down to chest, stretching the back of that neck. Go ahead, raise that up, tilting it back this time. Small, yet potentially tight muscles in the front of the neck here. So we want to be gentle, but we also want to pay them some attention here. Go ahead, bring that back down. Ear to shoulder, stretching the side of the neck. Again, these are great stretches to do throughout the day if you're starting to find yourself losing focus, feeling a little drowsy. This four-way neck stretch, really nice way to get the blood to the brain and get that brain woken up again. Coming up, switching sides.